Welcome back to BookTalks podcast. This is Kayla.
And Marisa.
And this week we took a little detour from our original list posted and we read Silver Elite by Danny Francis. We saw it everywhere and we just had to read it. I don't have my copy anymore because I rented it from the library.
Was so responsible of you.
I'm a library girl now. I'm there like once a week. I attend the adult craft like an hour a night.
That is actually so fun. What I'm so out of the loop on libraries have crafts.
Yeah, they have a bunch of events. They actually had a romance book club tonight, but it was like there's like 2 library seasons on the West End, and I didn't feel like traveling to it. It was also about that romance book, like Summer in the City by Alex
With
Astor.
Alex Astor.
And it was like very cheesy, that book, and I was like, I don't feel like discussing it with strangers because like they're strangers right now. If I knew people, I would go. I need to go for a book that like I'm willing to speak up on. I can't go for a book that I didn't like and be like, oh, I hated this book.
Yeah.
Might be insulting people.
I was going to go to a book club up here, but the book they had chosen was called like Murder in the Book Club, which I thought, oh, that sounds really good for a book club. It has like a 2.3 rating on Goodreads and only like 40 reviews or like 400 or something really low where I'm like, I'm thinking that's not going to be a very good book. I mean, maybe it's great. Who knows? Maybe it's great. But I was like, I don't want that to be my first introduction to book club where I would be like having to pretend I enjoyed it when I did.
That's the whole thing. You can't like insult people at an event and you don't know anybody. So they have a lot of events. So I've been trying to go, and then I just go and rent out a lot of books. It's really good for mood readers because you can just pick up anything.
In your late 20s, discovering the library.
I just knew it was there, but I always wanted them on my shelf. I needed them on my shelf to show my accomplishments. And I still obviously would love to do that. I just don't have the space. And I'm like, wow, this is really fun.
Yeah. Like I could just go pick whatever I want and then read it and bring it back. And I spent no money.
And if I brought it
Crazy.
back and I don't feel like reading it anymore, I don't have to. That's the biggest
Yeah.
thing. I've had a book on my bookshelf like for a month now, and it costed me 0 money. I renewed it like twice already, and I'm like, this is great.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you can still take pictures, for the pod. So there you go.
The
No,
only
who
thing,
knew?
they cover it with like a protective, like kind of like tape, and it's very shiny, so it's very hard to get a photo that's like not reflection, but at the right angle, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I have ordered used books before off Thrift Books and then Pango as well, I guess. And I've never gotten one off Pango, but off Thrift Books, I have received ex library copies that came with that thing on it. And you are able to remove it. I don't recommend removing it on one you don't own, the library's version. It was kind of cool when I first got it. I was like, wait, do I like this? Because it protects the cover. And then I was like, no, I hate this. It has to come off.
Yeah,
Book
I like it
things.
when I go to the beach though, because then I don't like damage it at all. Which my old books I would. So big fan of the library. I got this from the library, but it was a hot book, so I had to do it back in like 2 weeks. So I just got it under the wire of finishing it, but I have many
Good,
thoughts.
good. Oh my gosh. Well, I got the book of the month version and it's beautiful
Ooh,
and
it's
I
nice.
loved it. I loved the book. So I'm ready. I'm ready to get into it. It was so good.
I feel like there was controversy on this book when it first came out on like TikTok and Instagram. I just don't really understand why.
So I went and Googled the controversy again last night because the whole reason I discovered this book was because of the controversy. Everyone was talking about it. There were all the content creators being like, I'm not supposed to like this book because it is controversial, but I love it and I can't help it. And I was like, what's the controversy? I think based on what I Googled last night, people think that Danny Francis might be a canceled author because Danny Francis is not her real name. It's a pseudonym. Oh my gosh, I can't even say that word. It's a pseudonym. And so people are trying to figure out why this random Danny Francis got sprayed edges and a deal with Book of the Month and excessive marketing, unless she's an existing author who maybe got canceled and has to now publish under a pseudonym. We have absolutely no confirmation that that happened. So I don't really get why people were up in arms, but a lot of people were up in arms, and maybe I'm just too stupid to get it.
Well, I think they've done that before with other authors. Like, even for, like, I guess, I don't know, Fourth Wing, when they first released Fourth Wing, did it come out with sprayed edges? But, like, it was a big deal, and, like, no one knew who that author really was. Like, they didn't read her romance books. And then that company, Red Tower, released a bunch of authors I never heard of with sprayed edges. So I feel like that's a really, I just feel like it's like haters being haters for no reason.
Yeah. I don't really get it. I read the book because I thought I remembered too that people were mad. They thought it was politically leaning right-winged book. I remember seeing that as part of the controversy. And I read this book and I was like, there was not a political thought in my head when I read this book. Am I just not smart enough to get the controversy? Because there weren't politics. So anyway, I don't know. I don't get it, but I liked it.
So yeah, spoiler warning, we will be talking about everything about this book. So if you haven't read it, I'd read it and circle back, but we're gonna get into it. Yeah, I didn't think anything political was it. I felt it was very, and maybe it was like hidden. Like, I know in the Hunger Games author, she like hides her like political views kind of in her books. I still don't think it was this case, but it was very much like there was like a guy who was in charge of everybody, and I felt Hunger Games asking like the sectors, like they had to be in their sectors. They were like told what they could work in, like that esque, but it was like better because there was like magical powers. So I really like this book.
Yeah. So for me, this was Divergent on steroids. And I actually never finished the Divergent series. I read the first book and I started reading the second book. And this was back when I used the library in high school, but my book got returned and I never got it back to finish the series. So then I was like, well, I'll just do the movies, and did the movies, and then they never finished the movies. So anyway, I actually don't even know how that ends other than people say Tris dies or something like that. Hope that's not too big of a spoiler. Anyway, all that to say, what I remember about Divergent, I felt like this threw back to Divergent because you have a group of people who are modified, and like there's a group of people who don't want you to be modified or want you to fit into a certain box, and it's like they're modified anyway. The scene where they have to scale the building, I was like, that was very Divergent-esque, where the dauntless people have to like jump off a building. I don't know. I liked it. I love Divergent as far as like dystopian society goes. I loved Hunger Games, dystopian society. This is dystopian society. And I personally loved Ren and Cross like 1,000%. I don't normally like the female main characters, but I really liked Ren.
No, I ate this book up. I read Divergent, and you were so lucky you didn't finish it, because I literally, and I think this is why you always say you'll kill your main character at the end of your books if you wrote one. It's because I've lived it, like where I finished three
Mm.
books, like spent nights up reading these stupid books for her to kill the main character at the end. I literally threw it against the wall. I was so angry. I sort of read.
I've heard so many people say that. People are still to this day mad about it.
I wouldn't watch the movies. I was so angry. She lost all her fans
Yeah. Yeah.
in
I
that
don't know.
one scene.
Did she literally ever write anything else that got any traction, or were people just so mad at her?
She wrote this like one book that I tried to read. It was like about like, I had like a circle on the cover. I don't know what it was called though. And it wasn't as good. It wasn't even close. So I don't know. But to this book, I liked Ren. There was sometimes when she would do things I'm like, oh my god, just stop. Like, just think for a
Mm,
minute, because she's so irrational. Like, she just does anything she thinks of. Like, she puts no thought. Like, I don't know. She does not like think things through. Like, she has a thought, she's angry, and she's gonna do something, and no one's stopping her. And I'm like, you're gonna get killed.
yeah. No. So here's the thing. I don't normally like that in a character, but I actually thought this author explained why she was the way she was. There was that scene where Uncle Jim was describing her mother and how her mother's like careful and thinks things through or something. I don't remember. And, Ren's like, oh, I'm just like my mom. And he's like, no, you're freaking not. Like, you're impulsive, you're angry, you're all these things. And I thought explaining it and kind of giving backstory to her. I mean, she grew up in the Blacklands? I think that's what it was called. Whatever that forest was called. You know, just giving her backstory. It was like she was impulsive and made bad decisions, but not necessarily for the sake of moving the plot along, just as like a fault to her own character. It was a character flaw that she had, but it wasn't just like, "Oh, I need to move the story along, so let's make Ren do something stupid." Other than reversing her little scar, that that might have been the one thing the author did where I was like, "Seriously, is she that dumb? Come on."
Yeah, like, it was, like, so painfully stupid, and I honestly felt bad for Cross because I'm like, he falls for this stupid girl, and she just keeps getting him in trouble more and more and more, and at some point be like, "Okay, I just don't love you anymore, like, you're dumb."
He's literally cleaning up her last mistake with Jade Valence or whatever that lady's name was. When Liddy sees her mole or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, Cross, we may have another problem." It's like, can you let him at least finish one task before screwing up the next thing?
Getting so mad about. Also, just the lady character, like, I don't know, I was so mad. I thought she's gonna be very much like a like, because this is very much like a military school, so we're getting flashbacks to 4th Wing military
Mhm,
school, them becoming
mhm.
besties and, like, being true, and this girl, just rat her out, and I can never forgive her. I hope she dies. I hope she burns to death.
I was with you until that last point. That felt excessive, but
I probably should take that back, but it's a fictional character. It's
no,
whatever.
fair, fair. No, same. I'm like I was shocked because I knew the betrayal would be coming. I did not expect it to come from Liddy. I mean, I assumed it would be Ivy or just somehow revealed some way. But the fact that it was Liddy, I was genuinely upset because they had developed such a good friendship. You know, throughout the book, Rin is kind of fighting the fact that she likes Liddy because she's like, I'm not supposed to like these people who are trying to kill the modifieds. I'm not supposed to like them, but I can't help but like her. Like, you know, she's growing on me. So throughout the whole book, you get that side of things, and you assume Lids likes her. I mean, I, I just can't imagine hatred for the modified running so deep that I would betray my best friend. You know, like, oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like at that point, you just gotta be brainwashed, which I think a majority of them are. For Cross to be what was the secret person in her head? What did he go by?
Wolf.
Yeah, for Cross to be Wolf, I knew it was coming. Like it was like I
Oh,
saw it a
okay.
mile away.
I thought you were about to be like, I was blown away. I'm like, I literally texted you like 30 pages into the book and said, if he's not Wolf, then I don't want to read this. Like,
Which
yeah, that wasn't a surprise.
which brought me back to more theories about this book. Apparently, on the anniversary of ACOTAR, Sarah put those giant books in all the bookstores, and on the
Yes.
page, it was like she's like a wolf and she bites back or something like that, like relating something reference of a wolf. So everyone was convinced that this is Sarah J. Maas because it's like a wolf
Yeah.
in it. But
Yeah.
also, I feel like we've read enough of Sarah J. Maas to know her writing style, and I don't think
True. No, I don't think this is Sarah J. Maas, but I remember when everyone was trying to uncover who Danny Francis was, they were like, do you think this is Sarah J. Maas? And I'm like, why would she publish under like, she could make so much more money if she published under her own name, so that doesn't make sense to me. I thought people pointing out the wolf connection was interesting, but also Feyre literally killed a wolf in book 1, which launched the whole series. So, I don't know.
yeah, like Sarah J. Maas can sell us like literally crap, like her diary with every grammatical error corrected, and we'd pay hundreds of dollars for it. So I don't think she would need to like publish under a fake name. But I mean, I'm curious what other people think who it is. But no, that was what
I think it's Colleen Hoover.
you
I'm
think
kidding.
so.
I did see someone be like, "What if it's Colleen Hoover who we've all been hating on and suddenly she comes out with this masterpiece?"
She's sitting behind her desk being like, ha ha ha,
I
I
got you
got you
all.
all. No, she would ruin it somehow.
Yeah, no, definitely. I actually thought Danny Francis was a boy until I started reading the book, and I was like, "It's weird that the main character's a girl when Danny's a guy." And then at some point it clicked in my brain that that's Danny is probably spelled like that because it's a girl.
So I love Ren and Cross. I wish we got more of like Jim, but I feel like that's kind of the
Mm,
point of
yeah.
not getting him.
I think we'll get flashbacks of Jim
I hope
in the
so.
next book.
But the other guy who was her bestie that she worked with at the military school.
Kane? Kane.
Yeah. I was shocked at the last. I was shocked.
I was shocked. I was angry when he died. I was gonna text you about it, and then I was like, "I have to finish the book." I That was towards the end, like, I'm finishing, I can't stop to text Kayla. I was so upset when he died. I was like, "What the hell? Why did I just spend 450 pages falling in love with this guy as a best friend, and I want to see all the best things in the world for him, and now he's just dead. This is emotionally jarring, and I don't understand." And so then when he gets out of the plane and says, "Hey, cowgirl," I was like, "What the roller coaster of emotions did you just drag me through?"
It was a good twist. Like it was so good. I couldn't have made that up. Like that was good.
That was good, but also I was like, "Okay, so that means Bedema was modified. That means Kane's modified, right? I mean, he's gotta be.
I think
I mean, I
so.
guess we don't know for sure. He could just be working for the operation, but either way, he's working for the Uprising, and then obviously she's modified, Cross is modified. I'm like, who in Silver Elite isn't modified? Are they all just modified? Is that why they're so good?
Feel like Cross being modified is so interesting because I mean he's like secretly fighting his father, but like his father literally hates him. His older brother, I'm like unsure about, but his younger brother, I think, is jealous of them.
Yeah. No, I think Ro, the younger brother, would absolutely kill Cross if he found out. I'm unsure about Travis, because the older brother, because Rin can't really get a read on him. And I'm like, what if he's modified too? But that would be crazy. But also, we don't really know whether his mom was or was not modified. We thought she was, then we thought maybe she's just fragmented. And like, just because the parents modified doesn't mean the kid will be. But I'm like, oh, if Cross is modified, there's a chance maybe Travis is too. I don't know. But it is interesting because Cross isn't doing a lot, as far as we can tell, to resist his father, other than focusing his efforts on like other things beyond the modified. And like if the modified cross his path, he wants to send them to a labor camp as opposed to killing them. But I get the sense a lot of his like missions that he runs aren't really taking him in direct path with the modified where he'd have to kill them. So it's like, what? I just, I can't get a read on Cross in the sense that, like, I want his perspective to see how he's been handling all this. Like, what is his MO? He doesn't want to work for the Uprising. He wants to kind of resist his father, but he also still works for his father. It's like, where does he land in all of it?
Part of me was rooting for the bad side because the uprising was really harsh. Like whenever she like took his brain and made it mush, I like felt bad for the like for him and his dad.
Yeah. Well, and you read the letter at the end. You read Uncle Jim's letter.
But yeah, yes,
Yeah.
I forgot
And
about that actually.
so basically, because that's the big thing is now I don't really know. I mean, I think it's one of those things where both sides are I don't know if both sides are bad or if both sides are morally gray, but like her mom and dad orchestrated a bombing that took out a ton of the modifieds as opposed to taking out command. So it's like she grew up thinking they were a big part of the uprising, but they ended up turning on the uprising. And so it's like, hold up, why did they turn on the uprising? Is it because they found out the uprising is doing some shady stuff, like fragmenting people's minds? In which case, it's like, who do we want in power? I mean, I don't think we want either side in power, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I wasn't rooting for the uprising.
I know. I kind of like found myself also rooting just like for Silver Elite in general. Like I'm not really rooting for the general Redden, but like I'm rooting for Cross and Ren and Silver Elite. Like I want them to survive and be okay. And, like, I don't know, like, I don't know where she's gonna take it from here, because obviously I think they need to create a new world that protects everyone, but, like, there's not right now a clear side that's trying to do that. Maybe they'll
No,
have to start their own
I wish
uprising.
she would just stay in her lane. Like every time she would connect with the uprising, I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Just go to school, have fun, like have sex with this like handsome boy. Like stop trying to get involved in the revolution. Just
Yeah.
enjoy your life. And no, she had to
Yeah.
get involved. All this stuff.
Well, Jim, like, Uncle Jim didn't want her to get involved with the uprising. And at the start of the book, we kind of just assumed it was like to protect her, like it's too dangerous, that kind of thing. But now it's like, okay, wait, maybe he didn't want her involved because he knows they're up to some shady stuff. Yeah, like we need more of Uncle Jim's perspective. We need to know what's going on in the uprising. But I agree, like when they told her they wanted her to plant bombs for the Jubilee Ball, I was like, just put on your dress and go enjoy the ball. Like, what are we doing here? Who cares? Just you and Cross have a thing now. You both know you're modified. Just enjoy it. Just be there for each other.
We, we would be a worse revolutionist or whatever the word is for that.
Literally, I mean, when we talked about Hunger Games and you said you would do whatever you had to do to survive, like here too, I'm like, I would not. I'm sorry. I don't think I'm a good enough person to sacrifice myself for the cause. I just want to live and enjoy my boyfriend, and I'm happy.
She did a job she liked. She was good at it. She had a great boyfriend. They finally know each other fully, where she can fully trust him. Just live your life.
Why would you ruin that? That's a good thing. Most people can't say that they have a job they like and a boyfriend who treats them well. Come on. No, I
Yeah, no,
agree.
I was team Severely. And whenever well, I also knew it was never gonna work. Like once he knew she was in the rebellion, he could never fully trust her because every time something goes bad, he's gonna assume it was her.
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing. When he said he didn't want to work for the uprising, it's like, okay, where are his loyalties? And then if she's still working for the uprising, yeah, like he's not going to be able to trust her with missions and stuff. He's going to have to constantly wonder, what is she relaying to them? Oh, I don't know. I find their relationship there at the end confusing because she's going off to join the upri or at least to be safe with the safe, whatever safe means with the uprising, with whatever that guy's name is, Xavier, Cross's best friend,
Yes.
whatever his name is. And Cross is staying behind. And first of all, I think they're totally misusing their powers of telepathy because I would be telepathying him literally all day, every day. Like I'd be walking through the Black Forest talking to Cross. I would not be like doing anything else. And I don't know how she can resist doing that. But two, I'm like, where does it go from here? Because the uprising is gonna want to know everything she knows, and if she's not willing to, like, share that with them, they're gonna be suspicious of her, and then with Cross, everyone suspected he had a thing with her, and now she's escaped magically. Like, people on his side aren't gonna trust him. So I'm like, I don't know where she's gonna take the story from here, but I need Cross and Ren to not be separated for long. I need them to be back together in the same place so I know they're both safe.
Well, the thing is, they don't know he's modified. I don't think anyone knows. So they won't bug her for information because she will like just give them what they have. But she literally got the girl who fragmented his dad's brain out of the environment. So like as much as like he doesn't love his dad, it's still his dad and he's still gonna like have a slight resentment there for her.
I know. Yeah.
So
I'm very curious about his dad and his mom because when the dad's mind is being fragmented, the dad says random things that don't make any sense, but he says like, "Where is Vanessa?" And Vanessa's his wife, and he's like, "Where is Vanessa? What have you done to Vanessa?" And so it's like the dad obviously knew stuff, like who fragmented his mom's mind, or did the dad find out she's modified, or like what's going on there, and then how does it all trickle down to Cross because Cross doesn't love his dad, but he also like he when she had asked him like, wouldn't it be good if your dad died, he was like, I don't know, like that's still my dad, come on. So it's all interesting. I find it all interesting. I think it was like a good introduction to the world, but I need more. I need it
yeah.
expanded upon.
No, I can take like 8 books in the series.
Yeah, no, I definitely could. This could be a good Throne of Glass type series. She needs to start incorporating Cross's point of view, though. Like, I need to know what Cross is thinking.
Honestly, I take a lot of people's point of view. Even like, well, I'm guessing we're gonna call him. Is it Julian Ash? Is his real name?
Yeah, yeah.
Is Kane's real name? I take his point of view now. But, like, also, like, I don't know, part of me is like, "Oh, like, I trust him." Like, I feel like he's a good guy to his core. Like, even though he had this, like, big charade, I still trust him. Uh,
Mhm.
so he's with Uprising, so it can't be that bad. But I don't know. We don't know this guy. We
But
also
I don't
trusted
know.
Lydia.
We did. We trusted Liddy, which I'm like, that was a mistake because I feel like Ivy's gonna end up being a good guy. I feel like Ivy will end up becoming friends with Ren and helping her. I just get this sense, like, because Ivy had several opportunities to betray her, and Ivy didn't, whereas Liddy did. And I'm almost getting like a Aelin Lysandra rivalry there, where like they think they're rivals, but they're gonna end up realizing they're better working together. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. And then yeah, Kane. I really like Kane. Like I like Kane so much. I feel like he was the best friend she needed throughout all of that, but I don't know how he fits in with the Uprising. And like, I want to understand his point of view because right now I'm thinking the Uprising is bad.
Yeah, and it's crazy they're, like, talking about this hot shot pilot they have, and it was, like, him the whole time. I don't know how they did that. It was just so good. I
I know.
still can't get over it.
I did not see it coming.
No, I agree with you with Ivy because yeah, Ren was having Cross sneak into her room for like months at that point, and she didn't say anything about it. And that was like
Yeah.
literally her ex boyfriend, right?
Yeah. Literally her ex-boyfriend, and she wanted to get back together with him. And like, that's gotta be hard for her watching him move on with someone so different from her, but also I really liked when they were undergoing the final test and it was, I almost call her Lysandra. It was Ivy and Ren and then whatever, Ro, all in the train cart together. And it was like I could feel at the beginning of the friendship of like, Ivy really struggling and Ren is like, as much as I, should dislike her, should not trust her, like I want her to succeed. And, Ivy and her I don't know, I just felt like that was the beginning of the friendship. Ivy didn't betray her when she could have both times. So I'm like, there's something there. There's gonna be hopefully a something there. Maybe she'll get with Kane.
Like the part where they were together in the train car. I like that part.
Yeah,
'Cause I was like,
that was good.
aw. Because I was rooting for her. Like she failed once. If I failed something once and went did it again, I would hope someone root for me. But I
Yeah.
still think she's a bitch in the beginning of the book.
Yeah, I don't really remember her in the beginning, but she probably was. I feel like everyone was kind of mean to Ren at the beginning.
Well, I think she was the one who said those comments about Jim, like,
Oh. Yeah, okay. She's a bitch.
yeah. So I don't love her. I liked her character growth at the end.
Yeah, I liked that she didn't freaking betray Ren the way Liddy did. That's what
I
I like
cannot
best.
believe she did that. I'm still in shock. Like, I just cannot imagine doing that to a friend. Any friend.
Feel like it was extra shocking because after Bedema died, Liddy had made that comment that one night about how she missed Bedema. And, Ren's thinking, wow, like Liddy hates the modified. She's scared of the modified, but even she misses Bedema knowing that she was modified. So, like, that seemed like growth to me. Like, Liddy realized, at least to me, it seemed like Liddy realized at that point, like, you could be friends with them like I have these conflicting feelings because I hate the modified, but man, I kind of miss her. Like she was really nice. So to get to the end and find out her closest friend, the person who they've studied together, they've gone through everything together, like they've been the trio from the start, to find out her best friend's modified and to just immediately turn her like not even wait a day. It's like literally I feel like same day. I'm just going to turn her in.
Not
And
even a
to
couple
row.
hours. I
She
know.
could have, because Liddy could have gone to Cross to verify the story, like, hey, Cross, I heard you're going to be giving a debrief tomorrow that she's modified. Is this real? Because then if it's not real at that point, it's like, I mean, she still betrayed her, but At least she didn't go to Roe of all people.
Well, that story was never gonna work out, and I knew whenever she, like, made it up that I was like, "Oh, you're screwed."
Yeah. Well, she was an idiot for taking the scar off. And then, because also that revealed herself to Ellis, which the guy who took it off. And at the time, I don't think she knew whose side he was on. I don't know. I was
I think she
confused.
found out then that he was on, like, Uprising.
Yeah, but like she's having him remove the scar, not knowing, and then he sees the scar and he's like, "Okay, yeah, I'm also with the Uprising. I won't turn you in." And it's like, you really took a gamble there, Ren. That was pretty stupid.
It was so bad. Like, I was just like, stupidity.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think she even, like, realized how stupid it was. Like, whenever she's like, "I'm progressing my love for you by removing my scar." It's like, "No, you're stupid."
Also, I can't imagine having that scar like my whole life and then just getting rid of it. I feel like it would be part of my identity. So I was annoyed for several reasons because I'm like, you didn't need to remove it to prove your love to Cross. And like now you're vulnerable and you kind of like lost a piece of yourself because like Jim did that literally to protect you. Like Jim risked his relationship with you to protect you. Like I would not have been able to throw a pot of boiling water on some kid I was raising. That's crazy, but he did. And she undid all of that and in less than 24 hours. She's in trouble.
She coulda just used her words with the cross. She was, like, the worst communicator. She's kinda like so I feel like with Aylin, like, seems impulsive, but we're actually, like, she's plans everything out and, like, is so calculated, whereas Brent seems like she'd be calculated, and she's the most impulsive person ever.
Yeah, she gets a thought and she just does it. I'm like, okay.
How she's actually in the army because you can't be impulsive when you're in, like, this super elite program.
It's because she's sleeping with the commanding lieutenant guy. She literally, you realize there's a test that she didn't pass, the test where you were supposed to leave your comrade behind, and he just went in and changed her score. I was like, okay, that's literally because she's sleeping with you. Cross, you can't do that.
Where she was trying so hard to fail, it was so funny.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
She's
I
like, "This is
I
exhausting."
I did find her trying to fail humorous. And then when she decided to start trying and Cross then started failing her on purpose, I was like, you know what? It's the consequences of your own actions.
No, their, like, whole banter the whole time was great. I don't know how he didn't realize she was modified from the get-go, though. Like, clearly she was always modified. There was something up with her always.
Yeah, and he should have known considering he's modified and his veins don't glow. Like he definitely should have put it together. I I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want her to be modified because that means she's in danger now, and so it was like, if I don't know she's modified, she's not in danger, but I don't know. That's why I say we need his point of view. Maybe he knew the whole time, maybe he didn't. I like him though. He's kind of one of my favorites.
No, big fan of him. I even like Xavier. He's, like, a really good sidekick. No, overall, very happy about this book. I do think I wanna read the other fantasy book that everyone was talking about. Let me find it. But, yeah, I give it a 4 stars because the ending made me so mad.
I hated the ending. I was giving it 5 stars up and I mean, I did give it 5 stars on Goodreads because I was like, I can't let my anger at the ending be the reason I don't give it 5 stars, but I'm mad because of the way she ended it, plus the fact that there's not a second book to just immediately devour. Because 'Cause I'm like, you literally came back from the dead. You revealed that the uprising might be bad, and you revealed that like Uncle Jim and her parents may have known that the uprising was bad. And then you just ended it, and we have literally no way to know what happens next. And you've separated her and Cross. So, yeah, maybe I should have taken off a star for that, but I felt like that wasn't fair to her just because I was upset. But I was upset. I'm with you.
I think it's fair to her. She did this to us.
It's true. I had one sticky note in here and only the one. I knew Bedema was modified. I put a sticky note in. I knew literally right before it was revealed. It's not like I knew the whole time or anything. But when that guy fell and died, and it said that Vedema starts to back away, hugging her arms to her chest and shaking. She pulls her sleeves down as far as they'll go and hugs herself tighter. She's in shock. I immediately went and grabbed my sticky notes and marked that page. And I was like, she's not pulling her sleeves down because she's shocked. She's pulling her sleeves down because she's freaking.
Which Ren's an idiot for not even noticing that.
You call yourself Silver Elite? You call yourself like modified and an asset to the Uprising? You didn't even know Bedema was modified.
You live with her. Yeah. So, in conclusion, they're all dumb. Including ourselves, too, probably. For
Oh,
missing
yeah.
something that's controversial.
Super controversial, but I was just here for the vibes.
No, I haven't read a book that I couldn't put down in a while,
Yeah,
and it was worth it.
I'm thinking I need to investigate dark academia because I apparently love these books where they're in school and training for military, and I'm like, dark academia is they're literally in school. So, baby, that's like where I need to go next.
I think it's my cup of tea as well. I was saying, so Shield of Sparrows was also a book heavily talked about that came out around the same time. People were
Okay.
comparing the two, but they're both really good. So I want to read that one next, but I think we should read our Holly Jackson book that we got next. So you heard it here
I
first,
agree.
guys. On the pod, we're reading the Holly Jackson book next.
Yeah, so hold us to it because we have a problem with deviating from our schedule clearly.
Yeah, I don't even know where we are in the schedule, but we'll get all the books done, I promise. Okay, we'll say goodnight. This is Kayla.
And Marissa,
Have a good night.